This is just a short few minute video showing the type of work that we typically carry out. So here, the scope of the work is to sort out the walls from the wooden panelling up to the ceiling line. So the walls are all in a variety of conditions. There's loose areas that'll need to be scraped out before they can be bonded and then skimmed. Above the log burner there and in the corner, it's been previously skimmed, albeit very roughly. The wall here, the surface coat has failed, and the back wall there is plasterboard. That's the one sound wall in the room. The window wall here is by far the worst, as you can see. There's a lot of surface cracks there and some deeper cracks as well and loose areas, so that'll all need to be chipped out before it can be bonded. Along this area of the mantelpiece you can see where the wall meets the wood. It's not looking great at all at the moment, so that's going to be improved massively. This area here, the top coat has actually failed, so I will have to bond that out before I can do anything with a skim coat. The patches here are where the bonding coat has been applied, and I've also used some stop beads around the perimeter of the window. I've used this thicker render mesh to help ensure that none of the larger cracks end up popping through the finished surface. The customer wants these wall plugs retained, so that's why I've put screws into them, and I'll pick them up later with a magnet. I've also used render mesh above the log burner. This wall will be exposed to a fair amount of heat, so it just helps ensure there's not going to be any surface cracks that end up coming through. First coat of multi-finish is now on. You can still see the render mesh there in the light, but the second coat will make that disappear. At the same time, I've also skimmed the opposite side wall. Both coats of multi-finish have now been put on, it's all been smoothed off, and this is how it's looking. The walls are at various stages of drying as opposite walls were done earlier in the day. The external edges are all nicely defined by angle beads, and the area above the log burner is looking much nicer than it was before. In order to merge the newly skimmed walls into the wall panelling there, I've used a flexible filler that is paintable. It is really nice to try and keep the old wooden beads where possible. That's my work here now done. It'll take up to a week for this all to dry out, and then it's over to the customer who will be doing the painting.